Hello Year 12, so this is solutions of exponential equations using logarithms. Okay, so we're asked to find k if this equation holds. So let's have a think about it then. Now, I need to do some things to my right-hand side to make this solvable. So here, my first part, I'm going to use the power law to make k the power of 3. I want to rewrite 1 as a logarithm with base 2. Log base 2 of 2 equals 1 because 2 to the power of 1 equals 2. Now I've got two logarithms with the same base, so I can use the multiplication law to combine them together. 2 times 3 to the power of k is not 6 to the power of k. Only the 3 is to the power of k, so the 2 stays separate. Now, I've got log base 2 of 6 equals log base 2 of 2 times 3 to the power of k, so I know that 6 must be equal to this bracket here. I can then divide both sides by 2, then rewrite as, I don't need to rewrite as anything, so 3 to the power of what equals 3, 3 to the power of 1 equals 3, so k is 1. Okay, so I'd like you to pause the video now and have a go at these 3 questions. Check your answers as you go, and if you have any questions for me about how to do these, then please post them in the discussion for today. Thank you. Okay then, so here 3 to the power of 2x minus 1 equals 28, and I'm solving for x. I rewrite as a logarithm, so log base 3 of 28 equals 2x minus 1. Then I can just solve like I would solve any equation. I've got an x here, I need to add 1 to both sides and divide by 2. I go back to the question, I'm asked to give my answer to 3 decimal places. So I put that into my calculator and I get 2.017. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video again, have a go at solving these equations. No cats. Again, any questions you've got in the discussion. Okay, so we can use our CAS to solve equations involving exponentials. Have a look at the top there, just like you would solve any other equation, I suppose. Now, if you're asked to give your answer to a certain number of decimal places, which you will be, it's rare that these will end up as whole numbers, as integers, then you can follow the instructions up here, the menu actions convert to decimal. Alternatively, you can re-highlight the answer. You'll need to delete the x equals part, and then you can do what you would normally do with Control Enter to give an approximate answer. Okay, again, pause the video while you have a go at these questions, mark your work as you go along, post any questions in the discussion. Okay, so inequalities we've got to be a little bit careful about. So you know that you can rewrite this. If we had an equals sign here, we'd be able to rewrite log base 0.7 0.3 equals x. Inequalities we need to watch out. So instead of rewriting as log, I'm going to take logs of both sides. These are log base 10. They could be log base anything, we just use 10 rather often. Now I can use the power law with my left-hand side. then I'm going to divide by log 0.7. But when we're dealing with inequalities, we need to remember that if we multiply or divide by -1, then we flip the sign. So we have to consider whether log base 10 of 0.7 is greater than or equal to 0. No, not greater than or equal to, it's greater than or less than 0, sorry. Now, log base 10, 0.7 is less than 0. Let's have a think about why that is. Oh, I've got it. So, I've got log base 10, 0.7 equals something that I'm trying to think about. That means 10 to the power of x equals 0.7. Now, if x was 1 or greater, then I would have 10, 100, 1,000, and so on. If x was a fraction, a positive fraction, for example, a half, then that would be the square root of 10, which is 3 point something. Or if it was a third, then it would be the cube root of 10, which I don't know what that is. There is no way that any root of 10 could be 0.7 though. Think about what would happen if I was increasing 0.7 by a power. So 0.7 squared, 0.49. That's got smaller. 0.7 to the power of 3 is 0.343. That's getting even smaller. So what this means that x must be negative for me to get a 1 over 10 to the power of something. So that's why when I divide by log of 0.7, I have to flip the inequality sign. So x is less than log 0.3 over log 0.7. I'm going to skip over this alternative part. You can have a read through it in your own time if you want to. I think it involves more thought than you want to be doing. This idea that I used up at the top is a better way to consider it. Okay, so these are the questions for the remainder of the lesson. A reminder that your assignment is due in tomorrow. Now, I have asked you to download an app called Cam Scanner, which if you use your Scotch email, you can have the premium version of it. On this premium version, there is a batch mode, which means you can take multiple scans of different pages and they become all one single PDF. That PDF I would like you to then upload to the LMS to the assignment that I have set. We'll have send me any questions that you've got about this process by email, and then any questions about this exercise, let me know in the discussion. Thank you very much.